As much as this is an off-topic question, we're also discussing the World Cup. The World Cup is supposed to be a celebration of the world as a whole, and some of the decisions that we've seen been taken by the federal administration, be it the denial of visas for journalists from certain countries, or the rejection of a visa for a coach of a team, as well as single-day visas for specific foreign national teams. This is anathema to what this tournament is supposed to be about. If we cannot even allow the players, the teams, and the journalists covering those teams to come into this city and this country, then it begs a larger question about our commitment to the spirit of this tournament. And we want this to be a tournament that reflects our commitment to us being part of something larger than ourselves, and that's the world's game, which everyone should be able to be a part of.
Good, thank you.
Great take, by the way. And yes, not the first, nor will it be the last time that FIFA is cooperating with a fascist state, obviously. But there is a palpable irony, a sad irony to hosting a worldwide affair, which is supposed to be a celebration of internationalism, in the heart of American empire, while the United States of America is engaging in such egregious actions against migrants of all different backgrounds and tourists of all different sorts. And yes, they have already, from what I understand, they've literally barred entry to a referee from Somalia. Visa denials are coming in. The World Cup is here. Not everyone is welcome. As the FIFA World Cup gets underway on U.S. soil, a pattern of visa denials and border incidents is casting a dark shadow on the tournament. From Iraq, striker Ayman Hussein was held for nearly 7 hours at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, notorious for the fucking Customs and Border Patrol detention process there. Your boy got fucking nabbed there too. Upon arrival for a pre-tournament friendly, the team's photographer was denied entry outright over what U.S. Customs and Border Protection described as vetting concerns, with no further details provided. Iraq is making its first World Cup appearance in 40 years, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. From Morocco, at least 90 fans from two major supporters groups were denied U.S. visas ahead of the tournament, most under a clause citing doubts about their intention to return home, despite documented travel histories to Russia in 2018, Qatar in 2022, and the Paris Olympics. Some lost tens of thousands of dirhams in non-refundable bookings. Somalia, FIFA-appointed referee Omar Artan was denied entry to the U.S. and immediately sent back, according to journalist Romain Molina. Even a diplomatic passport secured through the Somali embassy in Nairobi was not enough to gain entry. It's so fucking shameful, dude. This is not what America is supposed to be about. Okay, America is one of the most diverse countries on the planet. Sure, we have our problems with fucking racism, but god damn, dude. Yeah, 1936 Olympics vibes is right. It's so gross. It's so gross. We have been reduced to the worst version of ourselves. Really, really gross stuff. I don't know what else to say, man. And there will be, and this is some of the worst in America, some of the worst in the United States of America will celebrate these decisions to be like, yeah, that's what it is, baby. Not everyone gets to come here. It's like, okay, well then don't host the fucking FIFA World Cup. Yeah, Iran's World Cup squad has been notified they must enter and leave U.S. soil on the same day of their matches played in America, says Tehran's ambassador to Mexico. Yeah, we've reached a point where Nazi Germany placed less restrictions on foreign participation in the 1936 Olympics than the United States for the upcoming FIFA World Cup, by the way. Dirty, rotten scoundrel Gianni Infantino must never be allowed to live down his obsequious sycophancy towards the U.S. leadership. It's true. 1936 Nazi Germany did not impose this level of restriction, as far as I understand. FIFA to blame too. Of course FIFA is to blame. They've never met a fucking autocracy, a fascist dictatorship that they don't align with. At this point, at some point, you know, if it's a problem once, you're like, okay, maybe they missed the mark on this. If it's happening twice, you're like, okay, that's a little suspicious. But if it's so goddamn consistent, but if it happens so frequently, at some point you got to realize, oh, it's deliberate. It's by design. This is the whole purpose of FIFA, is to whitewash and sports wash and launder the reputation of countries that are, moving in a very dangerous manner. He had a diplomatic passport. Another massive insanity from the United States. Somali referee Omar Artan was denied entry into the United States even though he's supposed to officiate during the World Cup. Despite the strong support from the Somali embassy in Nairobi, which provided him with a diplomatic passport, Mr. Artan had to turn back upon arrival into the USA. We're talking about a person who was elected Best African Referee in 2025. I need you to understand something. Strong countries don't do this. Okay? This is a sign of American weakness. This is not a sign of American strength. Only the weakest people would look to this action and think, oh yeah, we're just doing force projection. Okay? That's it. This is shameful. It's disgusting. It's purely racist. And only a weak country would behave like this. A country that can't actually engage in the same force projection that it did in prior years will do this to some of the more vulnerable populations from countries that are the poorest countries on the planet. Italy held the second ever World Cup under Mussolini's control. That fucker cheated, bribed referees, and even nationalized South American players so they could play for the Italian team. FIFA has always been corrupt, and so is the World Cup. But even when it was hosted by fascist Italy, it did not go to the same racist lengths as Trump's U.S. Yeah, it's an overcompensation. This is what you do when you're weak, okay? This is what a weak bully does, for the record. This is what a weak bully does. A weak bully that doesn't have the power any longer, a weak bully that recognizes that its power is waning on the global stage, will engage in this kind of belligerent action. Zara Mamdani says, soccer would not exist without immigrants. Immigrants play and coach the game, work in the stadiums, fill the stands, and make celebrations like the World Cup possible. 6 of the players on the U.S. men's national team are immigrants. We will not allow ICE or anyone else to sow fear in our communities, especially at this moment. As the world comes to our city, we will stand proudly with our immigrant neighbors and reject these attacks for what they are, an attempt to divide us. China would never do this? Of 100%. Are you kidding me? That's not even a joke. I mean, Russia has not done this. And no, China would never do this either. They love opportunities like this to engage in sharing their culture with the rest of the world. Are you kidding me? This is soft power initiatives, okay? This is a huge opportunity to do soft power. And the Beijing Olympics did not operate like this at all. It operated in the exact opposite way. Yeah, China did not do this in 2008 or in 2022 when they hosted the Olympics. Yes. It also doesn't make sense because you're just cucking your own tourism money, right? So this also harms the interests of capital to a certain degree as well, which makes it even stranger. But here we are.